Hey,
What's
yo,
good,
it's your
guys?
boy Chris,
It is Ari.
and welcome to the channel of
Thank you, practically.
hey,
Welcome to our podcast, guys.
yes, welcome,
Welcome.
welcome.
Welcome to those who are watching us on YouTube. The
hmm
video of us will be on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on there.
Do that. Don't
And
forget.
even those who are listening to us on Apple Music, on Spotify, on Google Play, all of that, all those streaming platforms, we are on there. So thank y'all
Yes,
for listening. What's good?
yes,
How
yes.
y'all day
We got
going?
matter of fact, we got a bunch of things coming for y'all. We got videos. We got the podcast going on. We got the gaming channel getting prepared.
Yep,
We
that's
got
coming
a
soon
lot of
too.
things in store. Yeah, yeah. So be on the lookout. Make sure you hit the notification button
Got to.
and just
Stay tuned.
ride
Be
with us on this
ready.
ride.
Stay tuned. Be
Just be ready.
ready.
I
Stay
don't
tuned.
know.
Be ready.
Just look.
Y'all
We got
family.
a
We
lot of
want
good topics, man.
exactly. We family. We want y'all to be with us. This podcast, we're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. We are two African
Yes.
American people that are living in
Yes.
this crazy world. 21 from
Yes.
Chicago, trying to figure it out.
Shot
Um,
town.
we got on our side. So we trying to
Yes.
figure it all out,
Yes.
try to get it all done. Uh, live a purposeful life. So to kick it off, we're gonna start with our first segment, and that's facts of the day.
Yes. Facts of the day.
What's
These
today's
are
date,
important.
man? It's April 5th,
All right.
2021.
Yes. April 5th.
April 5th. So
Now, I can't lie. The first one we got is National Caramel Day. For those who caramel lovers out there, today's the day to go get some caramel.
facts,
So make sure
surely.
you go do that. Don't forget.
Um,
Don't forget. The next one is gonna be National Deep Dish Pizza
for
Day, the best
Chicago
pizza that you
lovers,
can ever
love
get.
that.
Yes,
We love a
yes,
good deep
yes.
dish.
Deep dish is beautiful. I love it. If you never had it before, come get it.
Come get
It'll
it.
fill you up for like the next four
It
days. Like
will.
I got you. The next one is gonna be National Raisin and Spice Bar Day.
Yeah.
Now that one,
We don't know what that's
I
about.
don't know. We don't really know what that's
We don't
about.
know what
But
that's
if you want
about.
to go research it, go ahead. I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's just a fact of the day.
Yeah.
All right, then we got National Read a Roadmap Day. Now I don't know how many people still use road maps, but our generation we use our
We
phones.
on phones,
So
man.
yeah, phones. If you ain't got a phone, go
Maps
get
and
one.
Google Maps. That's what we on.
Exactly. My Google Maps connect automatically when I get in the car.
You know what?
So,
I think people should still carry a map. You wanna know why I say that? Because like when you
wow.
on the road and you driving, sometimes the
Mhm.
connection be whack. Like
Yeah,
now
I see what you're saying.
now like you,
I see
you
what
don't got no
you're saying.
connection. How you supposed to know where you going? That's why
I mean,
everybody should have a roadmap in their car.
but that's rare. That's rare. I
That's
mean,
rare.
everybody got mobile data. You got data,
Yeah.
so you can use your data when you're in
Yeah,
the desert.
but the
You
thing
know what
about it,
I'm saying?
some spots don't even be having like the towers. So you got
I
T-Mobile,
mean, of
you got
course, if
you feel me?
I mean, if you obviously ain't got, your carrier don't have like the service. I mean, obviously your phone's not gonna work. Like for instance, when I go to the east side of Chicago, I don't have any service. Like they don't have a Verizon out there, so I can't really use my phone.
Hmm.
I use the internet, of course, but still at the end of the day, phone is real slow. You know how it be sometimes. Sometimes you go places they don't have your carrier. It's okay, but Verizon is very expensive. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah,
So if you got Verizon,
yeah, I tried.
amen to
Y'all
us.
tried converting him over to T-Mobile. We got some good rates, man. I tried to convert him. He,
Hey man, hey, I'm thinking about switching, but Verizon love me too much, man. They
whatever.
call me Mr. Fraser every time I get on the phone
Oh
with them. They
boy,
be
they
like
better
Mr.
call you
Fraser.
Mr.
They be like Mr.
Frazier. They
Fraser.
better call you Mr. Frazier. You
I'll
paying
be like,
them? They better call
yo,
you Mr.
be like,
Frazier.
yo,
Hey,
yo, it's crazy. But all right, anyways, as we continue, all right, we got a Black History fact. Now, this is important. African American educator, author, and advisor Booker T. Washington was born as a slave. Yes, born to a slave woman and a white father on April 5th, 1856. Washington ultimately became part of the initial leadership of Tuskegee University, then known as Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute. That was a lot of words. It was the preeminent black leader of his day. In 1901, Washington became the first African American to attend a formal dinner at the White House, which took place in the administration of Theodore Roosevelt. Upon Washington's death in 1915, oh, we got to type. Tuskegee's endowment exceeded 1.5 million, a staggering figure for that
Yep.
time, which is pretty intriguing. That's pretty good
Yeah.
facts about Booker T. Washington. A lot of people forgot about him, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
That's why I was like, when I'm trying to make these, the topics for these segments, I'm trying to be informative but educational at the same time. You feel me?
At the
Like
same
like
time.
I want y'all to get a little history. You feel what I'm saying? Especially
Yes.
for us. Uh, growing up, they don't talk too much about our history. Unless
No.
we are dedicated to 1 week in February for African American
Yeah.
history, and that's
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, a lot of history in school books, they actually are lies. They don't actually all tell the truth. Because if you read something in a school book and you might research something and say totally two different
Yeah,
things. Like I literally learned that Christopher Columbus slaughtered people doing when I was 18, rather than knowing that back then, we celebrated this man like he was like a god damn near,
like he
and then we
founded us.
found
Like
out
he ain't find
that,
nothing. He
right,
ain't find
exactly.
nothing.
Then when we got to high school, like my sophomore junior year, that's when they want to tell us, oh, Christopher Columbus was he was a mass
Right.
killer, like he killed all these people. But that's crazy because when you heard it when you were little, you didn't really pay attention to it. But they always said that he was the first to find
Oh,
America. Now, how was
but
he the first to find
thing
America?
is, that's the only thing they tell us. They glance over everything else. They
That's
just say he
true.
was the first one to
That's
find
true.
America, and we just our whole lives we just
Exactly.
riding on that. Like, yeah, we celebrate Christopher Columbus. We got that day of school out.
Exactly. But my thing is, how can we celebrate somebody that didn't even find America? It was people there. He couldn't have killed people if people wasn't there. So how?
That's why
Explain it.
people like. I mean, it was people here. Like it was people here already before he arrived. So it's like he took credit
Exactly.
for something that he did not do. Typical, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
But now it's like my siblings like we got a free day out of school. Like we don't care the
Hey, yeah.
significance of the day. It's just like, hey, we got a 3 day weekend. Like
I mean, hey, that's true. That's true. I mean, hey, but as as you get older, eventually you start becoming more sophisticated. Thoughts start to stretch out. So you kind of think more
yeah.
about it. But because when you middle school, you get a free day. Man, it's a
Facts.
free
We
day.
like, dang,
Who don't
we be
like that? You
going
play
we be
video
going 5
games,
days out
right?
the
Stay
week.
up
Like
all weekend.
we like
Exactly. You
we
be
up
lit.
till 2 o'clock on
But
Sunday
then
night.
exactly. Then when you get older, you hit your late your early 20s or something. You think about you like this nigga. He
Exactly.
done killed a
Exactly.
lot of people. It's like, man, should we protest to that?
Exactly.
Shouldn't we be mad
Exactly.
about
And
that?
that's why if
But
there are statues that I'm not aware if there are, but if there are statues of him, like over the maybe like the third year of the Trump administration or the second year of Trump administration, they was trying to take away statues of
mhm,
Confederate leaders and stuff.
leaders,
So they was trying to get rid of those because these people did
mhm.
not they were not a true representation of America, which is fair because
No,
like
no, no.
they literally killed people. They killed us in order for them to do what they wanted to do. Like, but
True,
we were
true.
their path to success. Like they needed
It,
us.
pretty much every race. I'm not saying it like that, but I mean the black race is
Facts.
important. It's obviously important, and we're not just
We're
saying that
black.
because
Yeah,
we're
no, no,
African
no.
Americans.
It's a
It's
fact.
just if you look at the facts
And
of the
history,
history, you will see that
you need
you
us.
need people
You need
need
us.
you
And
need black people.
right, and it's
That's
not just
just
that y'all need us. I mean, or the world needs us. We need each
yeah,
other. But in history, it shows
exactly,
that the way that this country was built, it was built off the backs of us. So therefore,
exactly,
therefore they needed us because
exactly,
they weren't putting
exactly.
in any the strenuous and back aching and hand aching work, uh us not
Hmm.
eating, our kids getting separated from us. Like they didn't go through that. So all
Nope,
of that,
nope. They
right,
never
all of
understand.
that was
Mhm.
built off of the back of African Americans. So
Exactly. Exactly. What Tupac say? Tupac was like, he was like, they'll never understand till you can trade
Exactly.
places.
And there's no way
And
that they can
that's
trade places.
pretty much
All
it.
we can do as black people is to inform them. Then give them information on us. Give
Yeah.
them the correct information. Let's get
Yep.
that right. Give them the correct information.
That's
Not that textbook stuff that they force us to learn because that's what they wrote.
exactly. Which is why learning about Black history is important to also African American individuals, but also other
Yep.
cultures and races. So we wanted to bring that, lively to you. So that's what we're gonna do. So again, welcome to
Yep.
the channel. All right. And so today, our first main topic, we will be talking about love. All right. So, first question would be: does age mean something for true love to start?
Mm, that's a great question.
It
It's a
is a
great
great question.
question. Does age mean something for a true love to start? I, Let me. I don't think. I don't think it's in. I don't think age means anything when it comes to true love. I think you can find true love whenever. Um, I think if you find that person in middle school at you seventh, eighth grade, and y'all stay together all the way until it's 18 or whenever y'all ready to get married, 18, 19. I think that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's this YouTube couple I watch, and they met, I believe, in the eighth grade or something like that. Seventh, eighth grade, maybe middle school, somewhere around that mess. Between seventh grade and maybe their freshman year of high school, they met. And once they got out of high school, they got married at 19. So it's like they got married at 19 and they
Wow.
have two kids at 23. So yeah, two kids at 23.
23.
But
They're
the thing, two
so
kids at
young.
23, but millionaires at 20. So it's like, okay, if you can, if you can afford to have children, and you've always had the passion to have children, and you want children, that's something that you want in your future, then that
Mhm.
is when it's the correct time to do it. But
Are you talking in terms of marriage or
um,
having
I, I,
children?
I mean, it could be out of marriage. Some people want kids, especially now in today's age. IVF is something so huge nowadays. And women just getting pregnant by themselves without specifically having a spouse. Um, so people are
Mm-hmm.
doing that. It's normal now for people to do that. Not only for people who can't get pregnant, but for people who want kids and they just don't want to have a spouse or a significant other. Um, so people do
Okay.
that. Back to the question, but I don't think I don't think you have to be a specific age for you to fall in love, for you to find your true love, or for your true love to find you, or God give you your true love. Uh, I think
Okay.
you could be young and you could be with that person forever, like even through the ups and downs, even through y'all maturing and growing and learning yourselves, individually and collectively. I think it's possible. I think you can do that.
Okay. Okay. I say, you know, um, I don't think really age really plays a role. I mean, like you said, you could really kind of fall in love with anybody at any moment, and it could be any age. Hopefully, I'm talking about older than you, not just not younger, because obviously that causes problems. But like let's say, like for instance, you're 18. You could find your soulmate. Your soulmate could be 26. So it's possible to meet your soulmate, but at the same time, age doesn't really play a role,
Yeah.
but it can at times. Like for instance, some dude, he might be 46. He might date somebody that's
Right.
72.
Yeah.
I
True.
mean, that's a
Yeah.
lot
True.
of
Different.
difference. Y'all in two
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
decades. You know what I'm saying?
And,
Like
and
it's
like
yeah.
life experiences
So
plays into that too. Like they're in their 70s, like they've
exactly
gone through a lot. So at that point, they could be in a whole
everything.
different phase in their life. When it comes to them dating someone 40 years or 50 years younger than them, that's like people who in their 40s
Hmm.
dating 20-year-olds. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if I like if I don't necessarily agree with it or I'm against it. I don't know. Maybe because I'm a little iffy about it because if I think about it, if I apply it to my own life, if my parents
Mm-hmm.
who are in their 40s told me they was dating somebody that was my age, I would lose it. I would literally
Mm-hmm.
lose it. Like
I
I'll
mean,
be like, I'm like, okay, you
well,
dating somebody my age or near my age, like that's it's weird to me. But then it's at the same time I can't. It's like I could be mad, but then I can't be mad because I mean, if they love that person and they love each other, I can't stop that. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
mhm.
if it happens, it happens.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think that's not. But that's no, you don't do that. That's just no. Like you can do it, but it's just like you need to have mature ways if you're gonna go that route. Like that's obviously that's a 20
Right?
year age difference. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's a lot, especially for somebody that I feel like, especially people that's in their 20s. Like I'm 21. Your mentality is not gonna be like let me get tied down all my
Yeah.
20s through all my 20s. Your 20s is pretty much a time where
They get
you
to
need
know
to
you.
figure out yourself and you need to figure out what you want, in the future. Because I'm telling you now, how the generation is just it doesn't go that way. This generation is so quick to what they think that they need and what they want instead of just actually filling out for something that's true. They just jump into something. They don't even know if it's gonna like benefit them in the long run, or if it's just bad for them.
Right.
They just jump at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know a girl for like 2 days. Next thing you know, they want to take her out the country, and they want to fall in
Exactly.
love.
Fall
Like,
right. Fall in
it's
love.
just
Get
too
engaged and all
much.
that type of stuff. But then it's like it's like
Yeah.
if okay, unless you know what you want in your 20s, okay, that's fine. Because some people do know what they want in their 20s. They know them. They've had enough time to discover who they are. Or
How?
let's not say they had enough time to discover they are who they are. I just said let's just say like if let's say if God's giving them their path before they even hit their
Hmm.
20s, then they know what they're
Hmm.
supposed to do. It's not like some people who are in their
But
20s seeking what they're supposed to be doing, instead of people who like
okay.
who already know, who've been told like what they're supposed to do. Like
Okay. But that contradicts what, like, okay, for instance, at 20, you don't even have enough life experience to even try to even sense which way you want to go. Like, because like your whole life can
facts.
change when you turn 21 or half of 20. Like you can be half, like it could be 6 months into 20, like 2020, for instance. And your birthday is like July, right? So your birthday's next month. Something could happen that could change
Yeah.
your life drastically. You know what I'm saying? You could turn gay. You can, you can fight for your life or something. Like, anything tragic or anything could happen that you just make you switch, right? So it's like, how can you put enough trust in a 20-year-old to actually know what they want in their life? Because, like I said, I'm 21 and I still don't necessarily know exactly
Yeah.
everything that I want. I'm still figuring it out. And I feel like like a human being, you're not gonna figure anything like everything out until you're like 24, 25, like a little bit older than what you are now. Between 20 and 22,
So
that's really
so
just play years.
so you saying it? Okay, so that time frame that you gave me is like right after college, like after you like for most people, that time frame is right. So that's
Well,
in
in
right.
college,
So you saying right?
yeah,
So in college, you know what you want to do because you're going to school obviously for what you want to do, and then like
yeah,
once you
yeah,
graduate, like then it's kind of like you set the foundation for what you want to do because you've already
yeah.
like you've gone through the school and all that type of stuff and like what you want to do and all that. So yeah, I
Hmm.
see what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So you by that time, like when you get out of school, college, or if you're going to graduate school, you should really know what you want. I feel like a woman, y'all mature faster than guys, and that's the truth. But at the end of the day, I feel like, a lot of people, they don't necessarily know what they want in a relationship. They don't know what they want in terms of how they want it down the line. They
Yeah.
don't understand. They don't know. So it's like when you get to like 25, 26, you have to know what you want to do, because when you turn 30, I mean, a lot of the options that you used to have is still open, but
Right.
it's not as open. You get what I'm saying? The older you get, the less things are start to become
Yeah, true.
available to you. So it's just like, you have to know what you want to do, because if you don't, then it's gonna be kind of hard.
True.
All right. All right. So we'll lead to the next question. This is a good question. Are you single until you're married? This is a new question that we had found out on Twitter. But
Okay,
what's
this
your
is my
thoughts?
thing when
What
it
do you
comes to
think?
that. Obviously, when you're engaged, you've committed to being committed, right? So
Right.
you're not going to obviously overstep the boundary of you actually being in a committed relationship. You're not going to be like, well, yeah, I'm not married yet, so I'm still do what I want to do. This my thing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we were saying, some things can happen, right? Like you can be in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
and uh, some let's be honest, some people go into marriage prematurely, so or they going into a relationship with somebody that when the relationship was not supposed to go that far, right? So some people go into that getting engaged, getting married, and then they find themselves in a sticky predicament later down the line. They cheating or something like that, and
Okay.
because you did
Yeah.
something prematurely. Um, so like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like once you say yes, that's for the woman and for the man because the man has he has to be like, yeah, I want her to be my wife. So his yes has to, obviously before then you have the conversation if that's something that you want, right? Uh, once you get into a
Okay. Yeah.
relationship, monogamy has to, if that's something you want, you have to make that known. Especially if you see yourself wanting to have a future with them, right? So I think
Right.
if once you say yes, then you're committed. But some people go crazy on like they you know bridal showers and all that type of stuff, and they be doing crazy stuff now, right? And some people
I
just throw it out the window
mean,
because it's supposed to be
well,
people call it your last night of being single, right? Until you're married. Do you think that's
right.
true? Is that your last night of being single? Some people just say I'm not I'm single until I'm married. Like until we say I do and our bands are on our fingers, then
Okay.
then I'm not single no
I.
more.
You know what? I'm finna speak some facts. Okay. First off, I think that's a childish
Hmm.
mentality to think like that. First off, because you're single until you're married. First off, you're not single if you're
If
obviously
you're
talking
in
to
a
somebody
committed
that if you're
relationship,
talking to
yeah,
somebody pretty heavy like a girlfriend, boyfriend, not even committed. Because when you in a relationship with you, if you get into a new relationship, and your girlfriend, boyfriend, or boyfriend, girlfriend, doesn't matter. If you get in a relationship, you are not
yeah,
single. You are in a relationship. Like that's
right,
your relationship. That's your significant other. So how can that even how can you even be single until you married if you in a relationship with your significant other, the person that you're with every day, the person that you watch movies with, you cuddle with, you kiss, you tell them you love them, you perform in coitus with
right,
them, like all type of stuff. So how can you say something like that and you doing the exact things that
yeah,
are in a relationship? You get what I'm saying? Like that don't make sense. That's why I feel like that's a childish mentality. If you really think like that, you need to really like look at yourself again, because that doesn't that nah you can't
I get
even
what
make
you,
a
yeah, I
point
get what
out
you're
of it.
saying.
Like that don't
I get what
even.
you're saying. Like it is a childish mentality. It is in some instincts.
Yeah.
Oh, in most instincts, yes, it is a childish mentality because like if you, it, if you saying yeah, I want to be in a relationship with you, that's saying you want to be committed to me. So if we've had that agreement,
Mm-hmm.
I said yeah, you said yeah. All right, now we're in a relationship. That means the singledom goes out of the window. Like that it should be
All
nowhere
right.
near in your mind unless something happens and we both have that agreement that yeah, we want to end it. Uh, I think
Okay.
I right,
Then that's when
right.
you call it single.
I think people use it as a wall, like to keep their guard up a little bit. I think people that's why people do it. But then it's weird.
Okay,
But then it's like
but
saying that
that's
it's like,
not
why would you even get in a relationship if you're having that guard up? Like, because then you're making it more difficult for you to let
exactly
it
that
down
that
when you're considering to make the relationship long lasting, getting to marriage and all that type of stuff. Like
right.
you
Exactly.
you you you're creating a hill to climb
That's
when there shouldn't be one. Like
it's not even a hill. Like that's a whole brick wall. That's like asking a kid to hop over the wall
hmm
from Mexico to United States. That's like asking a little baby like,
right,
hey yo, can you hop the wall and get over the wall? You know what I'm saying? Like that's childish.
right,
That you're not gonna
right.
do that. You're not gonna ask a child to jump over a wall. But at the same time, I understand where certain people are coming from with this type of like question or statement or whatever. Like I see where you're coming from. Like okay, because nowadays the boyfriend and girlfriend stage is obviously not
Yeah, it's not popular
taken
anymore.
seriously. Obviously in this generation, so it's just like that's just a
Facts.
title. A lot of people don't mean it. Because a lot of people,
Right.
somebody getting cheated on right now as you speak,
Something
or
happening.
yesterday, or whatever the case may be. So it's like at the end of the day, the boyfriend and girlfriend title it don't really mean a lot. But at the end of the day, this question or statement is still not enough to kind of make people just, oh yeah, I'm single until I'm married. Until somebody put a ring on my finger, I'm just gonna be doing what I do. Like nah, because at the end of the day, you can go out there and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You end
Right.
up sleeping with the wrong person. Now you got HIV, you got AIDS, you got
Right.
syphilis, you got gonorrhea, you got you know what I'm saying? Like it's all type of stuff out here that's affecting people. Then you got the people that I think in the I'm not sure in the South or some of North, I don't know, but they call like it's like
hmm
these guys they're called switches and like well switchmen I think or something like that, but they switch on to women and men, what I'm saying? They sleep with both and then they just give
That's
people different
crazy.
like diseases and stuff like that. Now I'm not too sure, but like about where it originated from, but I just know that it's a lot of people out there that do that. So be careful with who you sleep with and try not to sleep with people on the first night. That's not ideal. That's not cool. At the end of the day, you need
Yep.
to
And
show
get to
respect
know
to
them.
yourself.
Like
You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you have a one night stand and you drunk, okay, that like, all right, you obviously were not aware of what you were doing. Um, but if you
yeah.
just doing you still right,
Even
exactly,
still,
exactly. But
where's your
some people,
friends?
for me, from now on or forever, honestly, I've never gone out somewhere by myself. Like if I'm going out, if I'm going out
Shouldn't.
anywhere, it's either me meeting a group of friends or meeting a couple of people, or I'm meeting someone
Mm-hmm.
in a public space.
Yeah.
Um, that's what you do. That's what you do in order
Mm-hmm.
for you to stay safe and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So,
As you should. Yeah. That's because that's smart. Unless you got a conceal and carry card. Well, I think that's for a couple of states, not all. Like I just came back from a trip from Mississippi, and they have like this law where you can carry a gun freely. But you have to have a holster and you have to be 18, or a holster, and then you have to be 18. So at the end of the day, also just be careful with that. And if you don't have your firearm identification card, make sure you get that. You need to have a weapon because it's really getting really bad out here. That the unexpected is happening to even the good people.
you know, protect
So
yourselves
just be
and
safe and be
protect your
careful out here.
families. But
So
We don't
I
want
said that too.
the wrong people.
Yeah,
We don't want the wrong people to have those type of weapons in their hands. It's too much crazy stuff going on between
yeah,
these mass shootings that happen in Denver, Atlanta. Like, it's just the wrong people are getting firearms and they should not be having firearms. So I think there needs to be some reparation when it comes to gun control laws, because it's been like
mm,
8 years ago or something like that, somewhere around there, we lost freaking kindergartners due to a mass shooter, and
yeah,
our government didn't want to do anything
yeah,
about it. So now we need to take that into our own hands and make sure that we're watching our surroundings, making sure we're staying attentive, making sure we're staying alert. Don't be
mm-hmm,
going in the store with both of your AirPods
yeah.
in and you got your just volume turned all the way up. You need to have or walking in the
Oh,
neighborhood with both
walking
of
in the
your headphones in.
neighborhood.
If you're gonna
Yeah,
listen to music on speaker so you can hear. You don't have or use one when you go in the store. If you're on
which
the
one?
phone, use one so you can and have your volume to medium or low so you can still
Mm-hmm.
hear what's going on, because it's too much
Yeah,
going on for people to not be attentive at all. So you gotta be
yeah.
super
You gotta
duper
pay
safe.
attention.
I
Yep. Which leads to our next
yeah.
topic, which is actually the Chicago music scene. Now, I don't know, like everybody, I guess apparently in this generation, they kind of want to, they're so interested in the Chicago music scene, and I guess they're like, just so interested in just Chicago, period. And I'm just gonna tell you, if you're not from here, don't come here. Like, if you gonna come here, stay downtown.
Or the burbs.
Like don't like just yeah. Don't wander off nowhere you're not
And
supposed to be
don't
because I'm telling you it can
and
end
don't
up
come here
very badly.
don't come here
You
if you
know,
don't have some. I mean, some people come here for business trips. Okay, so you're obviously going to
if
be here by yourself unless
mm,
you're with other coworkers and stuff like that. I, of course, people be moving to unfamiliar cities. People
yeah,
move on
yeah,
unfamiliar spots that they don't know. But if you're gonna move somewhere, you need to go check it
mm,
out first. Obviously, like you have to be super
yeah,
informed. You want to be informed on places and atmospheres that you're going in that you're
mm,
not used to. For him and I, we want to move out of
yeah,
Illinois, but in order for us to do that, we need to go check out. We need to
yeah,
go look. We need to go see how people act. We need to go see street names and all that type of stuff, directions, how people are.
mm-hmm,
We need to make sure what neighborhoods look like and stuff like that. We gotta
mm-hmm,
be you have to be super informative. You just can't pick up and go. I mean, for some people, in some instances people have to pick up and go. But if you're doing it just because I wanna move, I want a
yeah,
new feel, I want a
yeah,
new atmosphere, be informative. Uh, Look into seek after
yeah,
information on the places that you're moving to, because you don't want to move somewhere and you don't,
mm-hmm,
especially here, people, you don't want to move here and
yeah. You got to
you
be
want to leave
careful.
the next week.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. It's I mean, I mean, you can move out here if you want to, but like I already said, you got to be real and like careful your surroundings because it's a lot of stuff that's going on in Chicago that a lot of people that you may listen to music out here and certain artists out here, but in reality, like if you actually go around there and you actually walk around and you do stuff like that, like you can actually become a target and you will get killed. Like it's not a joke. It's not a joke. And like a lot of people, they joke online about people that died in the rap scene or in the gang life. And they talk about it all the time, and it's like it's not funny. Like the people that y'all supposed to be smoking on, those are real people. That like Tuka was a real person. King Von was a real person. Like FBG Duck, it was a real person. Like these people that y'all saying, smoke that, smoke that. No, bro, they will kill you for saying that. That's not. It's not a game. Like this is real stuff. Like they was really, standing outside. They was really gang banging. Like that's what they do. The Chicago drill scene is basically gang music. That's all it is. It's just gang music. It's people repping their part of Chicago, and they're basically letting people know, like, hey, don't try us. Like, you will die behind it. Like, as simple as that. Innocent kids are getting hit every day. We almost had 800 murders last year. You know what I'm saying? By itself. That goes to show you that,
Mm-hmm.
not only is a lot of shooting, but people are dying. Like it was 4,000 shootings across Chicago. You know what I mean? Shootings that is a day. Imagine just walking down the street, people just getting to shoot it out, bullets is flying all everywhere on that block, and you just get hit and you
Right.
die. That's
Yeah.
it. Ain't no second chance. That's
Yeah.
it. You just
And the
died.
sad
What you gonna do now?
and my bad. And the sad thing is
So is
people
it?
just be living their life. Like people just be having it. People could be going to go take their kids somewhere or going to go pick their kids up or something like that happened. I don't know if that was last year or a couple months ago when that lady she was getting ready for her birthday. Her birthday
Mhm.
was the next day. She went and got her hair and nails done. She got her kids in the back car and they end up shooting at her
Mhm.
car and she died. Like people are just living their lives. They're just living and people don't care.
Yep.
Like they don't
Mhm.
care. Um,
Nope. In the midst of a war zone, that's what they call it. In the midst of a war zone, through the south side to the east to the north to the west. Matter of fact, all sides is at war. All sides is at war. Except the worst part is this just the south side. The south side, if you're not from here and you go to the south side, please be careful. I advise you to be careful because the south side is no joke. You will die positively.
mm,
Positive. I'm sorry, positive. If you go over there, because that's just their culture. That's how they do things. But anyways, moral of the story is, it's okay to listen to the artists out here, but it's a
yeah,
different story when you start to diss who they start to diss because you don't know them, and that's just a whole story. You don't know who's cousin to who, to what. To they probably find out your address within 10 minutes. Like they criminals. This is what they do. So at that point, just relax. But we're gonna get to the first question about the Chicago drill scene. Who who's the best rapper to you
not
of all
not
time?
just from here, like anywhere.
I mean, it could be from Chicago or it
Well,
could
let
be
me
from
be
anywhere.
honest
But
with
like,
y'all.
who's your
He
favorite rapper of all
knows that I don't listen to okay, nothing. Okay. I don't I
time?
don't listen.
Boo.
I don't even want to say hardly. Unless my younger siblings play it, then I listen to it. But I I'm not a big fan of the music from today, specifically rap. I don't find it good. Not from today.
So you
No.
don't have a favorite rapper?
All right, let's all right. This
Okay,
is my
from
time, mate.
old school. All right, who? We gotta
I
figure out what she gonna say, chat.
um my favorite rapper of all time. Some people be hating on him, you know. Some people be mad disrespectful to him. You feel what I'm saying? And
Man, what was you about to
they be
say?
mad disrespectful to him. And some people
What was
choose
you
the
about to
other dude
say?
over him. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like he was spitting straight facts. He was being realistic. He was being honest. He was speaking his truth. You feel me? Um,
You better not think how I think it is, man. Don't do it to
nah,
yourself if it
nah, I was
is.
gonna say
Don't
Tupac.
do it
That's
to
my
yourself. Who
favorite
is it?
rapper.
Tell us.
He's the goat.
Now, see, I on so many levels, I would just attack that statement
That's your favorite rapper.
because for
That's your
one,
favorite rapper.
everybody know, like, if you
That's
a
your favorite
close friend of
rapper.
mine, you know that Tupac is like my favorite rapper. That is also like my idol. I had so much respect
Yeah,
for Pac,
we
even though I
right.
wasn't born during the time that he was rapping. But at the same time, like all of what he did
Groundbreaking.
during hip hop, during those 5 years, the first 5 years, it was really groundbreaking. Tupac has over 716 songs. Majority of them has been released, but a lot of them hasn't. Due to the simple fact that the people that owns Tupac's masters, I forgot who owns it. They They were in the midst of making like 2 albums, but they
They're
never
probably still
released
trying
it.
to get
So we're
right.
still waiting on that. So I don't know. But like, yeah, exactly. But we have a lot of Tupac fans that's like I know of, but at the same time, it's been that
That
conversation
was the
of
talk
Biggie and
for
Tupac
those
and who's the greatest rapper of
both
all
their whole
time. And I
career,
gotta tell
both of
you,
them. That was the talk.
pretty much. But matter of fact, that whole
Yeah,
from '96 and '97 to when they died to now, it's still the conversation. But a lot of people have switched it up. A lot of people say Jay Z is the
yeah.
greatest
Some
rapper. A
people
lot of
say
people
yay.
say
Yeah,
Nas. A lot of people say Eminem. A lot of people say Snoop Dogg. Some people say Kanye. But in my honest opinion, I'm not just saying this because I like Tupac, but Tupac he's the greatest rapper to me.
out of
Due
this
to the simple
world.
fact his lyricism is out of
That's
the
crazy.
question. Like it's out of this world. Like it is crazy. Then what he it's not even what he said. It's what he's talking about. Like if you sit there and listen to like a lyrical song by
Hmm.
Tupac, you will sit there and be like, yo, who is he talking about? Like, why is he going so direct at them? Like, he just, don't care. And it's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy to me because it's like, man, like, if Tupac was
Oh
still
yeah, for
alive and he
sure.
was still
Oh yeah, for
rapping,
sure. Most,
it's like
you want to
he'd
be honest,
kill
most of
all
them
these
probably
rappers,
wouldn't
no
even be
question.
rappers.
Like, no
They
question.
most of them would not. Uh, I feel the
Nah.
same way for
Hell
singers
nah.
too. I feel like
No,
some
no.
singers that are huge today would not be as huge right now if we still had Michael Jackson still alive, if we still had Prince still alive, if we still had Whitney still alive, if we still had Aaliyah still alive. Like
Aaliyah.
the music industry would be completely different if those artists that died between 97 and 2000 is
Yeah.
2001 2002 didn't die. Like right, it would it we
Mhm.
would music would be
Easy E.
completely different, completely different.
Yeah, most definitely it would be. I mean, they are the founding fathers of gangster rap,
Yeah,
and gangster rap turned into drill rap, obviously,
right, we got,
during
yeah, traffic stuff.
2011, well, twice like 2010, 2011, but yeah, got like Chicago, like where it originated from. Drill originated from Chicago. You got King Louis. You got Ide 600. You got OTF Nunu, Lil Durk, Lil JoJo, Lil Mister. You got Chief Keef. You got King Von. You got Muwop. You got DQ. You got like all these bunch of different drill rappers, right? And
Yeah,
it's just that it just evolved. Like gangster rap was more talking about just having power, and just drill rap is just pretty much, I guess you could say, wow rap in a way, because it's just like you talking about killing people, talking about fucking people, girls. You talking about going doing
yeah.
this and this, and cracking car. Like you just talk about a bunch of stuff. So it just changed drastically. Over a period of time. Like this music, this generation of
Lord
music
help them.
is. I mean, it's not.
Mm-mm-mm.
A lot of the artists we got now are
This is my
very
problem.
talented. I give them
This is
that,
my
but
problem when it comes to me. This is my
it's
problem when it comes
trash.
to music.
Mumble rap
When
is
I listen to
trash.
music,
Like,
your words gotta actually mean something to me. Like you can't just be saying "f her," "f that." I'm a this. I'm a that.
yeah,
Like you can't. Like to me, that's trash. Like
yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
It's like these people be having kids and they be rapping about this stuff. Like unless you raising your kids to be how you rap or what you say in
yeah.
your what you say and what you're saying lyrically, then okay, that's you. That's how you raise your kids. But it's like if you're trying to set an
Mm-hmm.
example and you got these 10-year-olds, these 12-year-olds, 14, 15-year-olds, these kids that are trying to make it through high school and all type of stuff, figuring out what they want to do in life. Like nowadays you got all these kids talking about they want to be rappers because
Mm-hmm.
of these rappers they listening to, because it's not hard to make a song about saying f
Yeah.
something. I'ma beat her. I'ma steal your, like
I mean, don't get me wrong, but
it is.
it's
People think
hard.
it's
It's
easy,
actually
but
hard to be
well,
become a
I could
rapper in a
agree
way,
disagree.
because I mean, it's I don't think it's easy. I mean, I'm a poet. I like to write
Mm-hmm.
poetry. I do a lot of poetry, so it's like lyrics to me might come easy. right? But somebody else, it may not. But at the end of the day, when you making a song, it's gonna be hard because you gotta find the right beat. You gotta find the right engineer to do what you need him to do. You gotta get it out there. That means you gotta promote it to everybody that you know. All like the labels gonna try to they looking for people all the time, so you gotta try to show them that you talented. You know what I'm saying? It's
They
hard.
be having, they
Especially if you're
have
not a
other people
freestyle
that
artist.
write.
A
Yeah,
lot
they
of
have
these
other people
guys are
that
not
that be
freestyle
writing.
artists. Like they
Yeah,
write that
yeah.
down. Like right, or got a ghostwriter. Like right. Like it's hard, man. It ain't like if you think
Yeah.
becoming a rapper is easy, man, you tweaking.
I
It's not. It's hard.
I say
It's
I
really
say it's
hard. Like
hard, but then I say
it
it's not
like
hard. The
you
only
gotta
reason I
put
say
time
that is
and effort
because,
in them.
like you said, record labels are consistently looking for people, and I think it's easier for people to
Mm-hmm.
go viral now. It's easier for people to get attention now. Like you can post a 30-second clip of you rapping, and you have fire bars,
Mm-hmm.
and you get attention just like that. Like if people sending it to the right people, then the right people will reach out to you. So it's like that's why I'm saying it's not hard because it's so
Right.
easy for people to get noticed now. Back then, they had to hustle. They selling tapes out their trunk, get passed out
Mm-hmm.
their CDs out their trunk. Like they hustling on the street for hours trying to get their music
Yeah.
out. Now all we gotta
Most
do is
definitely.
record it,
Right.
put it on our phone, and post it. That's it. That's all we gotta do now. No, it's not.
I mean, but that don't guarantee you gonna be a rapper. Even if you got bars, it's still you still got underground
Facts.
rappers
There,
today
there,
that
there.
are probably like the best
It's a
rappers
lot of
you'll
good
ever probably
rappers.
hear, and
It's
they
one.
still
It's one
unknown.
rapper
I mean, at the
specifically
end of the
on
day,
YouTube. My the God,
yeah.
he is a great rapper. But it's like I don't know why he's not getting noticed. He has the right people in order for him to get to that point, right? Like his he's friends with Queen and Clarence. Queen is
Mm-hmm.
signed. Like, he's friends with DDG. He's a signed artist. Like he has the right connections. His best friend's sister is a manager. She has all the right connections. It's just that if it's hard for you to get signed with people
Mm-hmm.
support you, but you're not getting enough support. And it's like if people like, nah, yo, your song, you know, I feel like it's hard for people to get noticed when they being real. Like when people just talking about anything, people want to sign them. People That's when
Mm-hmm.
people love their music when they just talking about anything. If people like that rapper you sent me the other day, he's talking about real stuff. Like he's talking about real
Yeah.
emotion. Like he's talking about stuff that people can relate to. People, yeah, right. So if people talking about
Rod
relatable
Wave.
stuff, then those people who attract to that stuff will listen to that stuff. But nowadays it's like it's only a certain type of music that kids be listening to, and
Yeah.
it's that music that just be cold hearted music, and that was like.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, what do you expect them to listen to if all they know is disappointment and heartbreak? I mean, like I said, like the generation nowadays is very mature. So it's like you're gonna have a lot of hurt in the generation if you're not able to handle what's gonna come to you. At the end of the day. And music doesn't really help the simple fact doesn't really help that fact because it's like man, like I could sit here and listen to depressing music all day. Rod Wave, for example, like he one of my favorite rappers today.
Mm,
Like obviously he just dropped Tombstone. He just dropped, Street Runner.
hmm.
Beautiful songs. But they
Yeah.
made everybody cry, made everybody feel emotional. But everybody
Uh,
can relate to it because of what was in the video. If you actually watch
yeah.
the video, you will see like what he was talking about, the message he was trying to send. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not really like the music that's
Yeah.
affecting us is
Yeah.
just the situations that come in life that really messes us up. So it's
Yeah.
like you can't really hate
Yeah.
nobody for what they really listen to. Like I listen to Chicago drill, you know. And it's good music. It's good music, except it's just violent music. That's it. I mean, I can you could tell you could ask me you can ask me about a gang in the Chicago music scene, and I'll tell you all about. I'll tell you about their dead homies. I'll tell you about where they be at. I'll tell you like, all of that, right? But at the
Right.
same time, that don't
Right.
mean that you go over there and go hang with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do everything that they do. So it's just like it's important to also, you know what I'm saying, to not get yourself so involved with the music. Like some of these fans are truly involved
They're
with
going
the music.
crazy.
Like if you even make a bad comment about their favorite rapper, they instantly throwing hands. Like I ain't gonna cap. If you say something bad
That's
about
fair.
Tupac
That's a fair
around me, low
assessment. That's
key, you
fair.
probably gonna get slapped. I mean, it's just simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just you gonna protect your favorite rapper to the end. For instance, my girlfriend, she loves G Herbo. I can't say too much about G Herbo. I don't listen to G Herbo. Like I heard songs by him. I don't listen to him for a very distinct reason. If you really want to hear the reason why I don't really listen to him, I'll
He's
tell you
not
on
your
another
type of
video. But
he's not your type of
other than
artist.
that,
Like it's that simple.
it's just, I,
Oh,
not
I see what
even
you
that. It's about something that
agree
he did
with. Yeah.
streetwise that I don't really agree with. But at the same time, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can only move whatever. So it's just like, man, hey, so everybody got their own genre of music, that's cool. But we also like, all genre of music is cool, especially emo rap. I listen to a lot of emo rap. Y'all know I love Juice World, Chicago, Chicago born. I like Nation, real
Mm-hmm.
good artists. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they went through a lot of emotional shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot. So it's just,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
feel
it's all
like
about who you really listen to. You
people
know, like
listen.
I don't know.
Obviously, people listen to music on how they feel, right? So like if you feeling some type of way, then if you feeling sad, you're gonna listen to some sad
Yeah,
music. If you feeling hype, you're gonna go listen. You gonna listen to music that's gonna keep you
yeah,
hype. Um, I feel like with music, there has to be experience
mm-hmm,
um behind what you're listening to. You gotta be able to relate to music that you're listening to, even if it's
yeah,
like right away, like you saying his music is basically depressing. Like it's only depressing because he's about things that people
it
have
is.
to go through. And I think when you listen to music, it has to make you think. You have to be able to you know for me when I'm listening to
Yeah,
something, I also have to read the lyrics. So if I'm listening to someone on Apple Music, I listen to a song, I gotta have the lyrics because I not only need to
yeah,
understand what you're saying, I need to know why you're saying it, or what was the premise of this song, what was the background
mm,
of the song, like why you chose this word over this word, why you saying it, why you singing or rapping this song, like
exactly.
I gotta understand why you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think when you listen to
Yeah,
music, it has to make you think when you listen to music. Music is supposed to make you think. It could be any genre,
yeah.
even if you're trying to like just escape and not think. Like for me, if I'm just trying to relax, I throw on some. I'm so old. I'm an old person. I just throw on some jazz instrumentals. Like I just chill. You feel me? Vibe out. Got some keys playing in the back, saxophone going crazy, trumpet going crazy. I listen to that. You feel what I'm
See,
saying? Or just a piano jazz, smooth piano jazz. Listen to that. Like it's
see,
yeah,
exactly. See, everybody got their own genre of music. Like, everybody not gonna, play the same
yeah.
music, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
Yeah,
that people are
and
just
I
attracted to,
think you gotta you
different
most definitely
music
have
that
to
go on
love
and
the
all of
music
that.
that you're
So it's
listening
just
to.
like, hey, it is what it is.
I think with anything you have to love what you're listening to and whom you're listening to, and who you're if you're with someone at that point at that time,
Mm.
you're loving them through the music that you're listening to.
Yeah, yeah, that's important
Yeah,
too.
so I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, super it's
yeah,
super
that's
duper
true.
important when that stuff
Hmm.
happens. So
Yep.
when
So
it
it's
when it
important.
comes to y'all being in that relationship, or figuring out if if y'all love each other and stuff like that, you gotta it's 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 a whole bunch of things that you gotta take into account when it's time to get into that mode. uh, or even if, like we was talking about this earlier, like you can
Hmm.
you saying it takes 4 minutes for a human to love someone, to fall in love with someone, it takes you 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes you
Takes
4 minutes.
to fall in love.
So
Yep.
it's like
It takes you 4 minutes.
if it takes
4 minutes.
it takes if that's not even long.
Hmm.
That short amount of time to fall in love with somebody,
Very
like
quick.
that's 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 crazy to me. Like, but it's understandable because we're human. We're naturally
It
supposed
is,
to
but
love each other. Like
hey.
we don't necessarily got to like each other, but we're supposed to naturally love each other. We're supposed
Exactly.
to love our neighbors and stuff like that. And you feel me? Just
Hmm.
love everybody. Ain't really
Yeah.
we ain't really supposed to have no hatred for nobody because ain't nobody done none of that drastic. Well, for some people, some people
Hmm.
have done things that are drastic to hate them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Chicago is a prime example for that. I'm telling you that now. Like, man, oh my God, man, if
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe half the stories we didn't have got here, man. Like, oh my God, like people do some.
That's a
I
fact.
can't even say that. People do a lot of messed up things to other people in Chicago. I'll tell you that now. Like, it's a lot. But that's a different story for another day. All right, so we're gonna get to our second and third question, which is
I feel like we touched on the
the
most
most
lyrical
lyrical
rapper.
rapper
I
and
feel
the
like
best rapper
we
out right
both.
now.
Yeah, I feel like he's the most lyrical
You still think
rapper.
Tupac is the most lyrical
Um,
rapper? Okay.
because I feel like
Yeah.
he went through so much in his life that I feel like with every song that he came out with, it was it was heartfelt. Like he meant every single
Yes.
word that he said. It wasn't just him throwing a song together just because he needed to throw something out. He was talking about real stuff, man,
Hmm.
and real life experiences, stuff that's
No.
going on in the world at that time. Like he was
Real
being
stuff.
completely honest and open to everything, regardless of the backlash, regardless of people coming for his neck. Even when he was being honest, talking about stuff that people don't normally talk about, he was still talking about it. He ain't care. He was being honest. He was being open. He was being transparent, and that's why people love who he was because he was all of that. And
Hmm.
that's why I feel like he was the most lyrical rapper because he
Hmm.
wasn't just throwing words together. Like if you actually listen to his music and you actually listen to what he's saying, it's just not trying to learn the lyrics. You actually learning what he's saying and what he meant behind what he was saying. Then that's when you fall in love with the artist. That's when you love an artist for
Hmm.
being honest. That's when you love an artist for being transparent and
Yeah.
real because you're saying and you can relate to what they're saying. So it's not just you listen to some music, just listen to some music. You listen to Tupac because he was real. You listen to
Yeah.
him because he was honest. You listen to him because the things he was saying was what was going on for real in real life. Like what's going on with him and his homies, what's going on with him and his life, with him and his mama, like him being in jail. Like he was talking about
Yeah.
everything. Him being on the streets, like he was talking about everything. And I feel like at that time in the 90s, he was being transparent because a lot of that stuff was happening. It was a lot of
Yeah.
rap groups that was going through a lot of stuff like that in that time. Like, exactly. And that's why
There's
people
a
love
lot going on in the
that
'90s,
decade of music,
man.
that
A
era of
lot.
music because it was relatable. People, especially us, like we loved it, like
Yeah, I do love
because
it.
it was honest. It was talking about real black experiences, and because people still wasn't
Yeah.
listening to us at that time, and it was just pushing us to the side, like, nah, yeah, we don't really care. He was like, yeah, nah, F y'all, man. Y'all for real. Like y'all need to listen, pay attention. We going through real stuff out here. We ain't just going through some
Yeah.
little scratches and bruises. This stuff that's creating deep scars. That's leaving, you know, uh, uh
Hmm.
like a damper on our
Yeah.
hearts and our minds when it comes to stuff like that, and on our families. Like you gotta like he made people listen to him. And that's what was good. All you go back and watch these interviews from the 90s, you see he made
Yeah.
people listen
Yeah.
to him.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. He had a lot to say. Like I say, yeah, go check out
Watch him
all
on
Tupac
Arsenio Hall
interviews
specifically.
on YouTube like that. Bro, he said a lot of real stuff. Like yeah, like he was like Pac.
Him
You
getting
know
shot, like
he
God,
went through a
like
lot. Like he went through so much in those 6 years. it was just like it's almost as if like all the situations that he had encountered, it changed him because every majority of his so you can hear the change from when
Right.
he started making music in '89 to 96. Like you can hear like all the
Yeah.
change. Like it went from
Right.
calm, just rebellious music to the government. Obviously because Tupac was born in the Black Panthers,
Yeah.
but then when it got to 96, you can hear the anger, you can hear the betrayal, and you can hear all the just the bad things that hit Tupac. And
Say
it's just
that.
like
Couldn't even.
you would just think like,
No.
damn, like,
Nah.
half the rappers couldn't even
And
today
right, and I'm
couldn't
glad
even
you
go through that. They
you
can't
pointed the
even,
fact out
they
that
can't
he
even,
was
they
born to a
mentally
Black
not even
Panther.
ready
His
for stuff like
mama
that.
was a
You know?
Panther. So imagine your mama being a Panther and you growing up seeing her go through all
Yeah.
this, or her telling you stories about this stuff. Imagine how that made him feel. Like you listen to his music, you
Yeah.
obviously can see how that made him feel. He was disgusted.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, you imagine you being a child. You been a just child, you don't know what's going on, you just being a child. And you being stalked
Right.
out by the FBI. They making, long like, documents about you and about your life and about all your family members. Then, your punishment, you weren't even getting whooped all the time. Your punishment was to read the New York Times. Like that's literally what Tupac's punishment was. Like if he got in trouble, he had to read the New York Times. Now, I
Facts.
don't know how
For
much
sure.
he had to read of it, but Tupac was very
He
like,
spoke on it.
socially aware of what was going on in his community. Like a lot of rappers wouldn't even pay attention. Like for instance, like Biggie, they say Biggie is a very important rapper in the 1990s. Okay, I get you, I understand you. Like that's cool. Biggie was like a really big rapper. Like he was a good rapper. Like I listen to him sometimes too. But at the same time, Biggie wasn't socially aware of what was going on. He wasn't talking
Facts.
about that. Biggie was talking about partying. He was talking about females, and he was talking about getting money. Simple, right? That's just what everybody wants. That's cool. But then, if who would you pick
Tupac.
on to be like your president, Biggie or Tupac? You know what I'm saying? Like, who would you pick? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say Tupac. A lot of people say Biggie because he was the party type. A lot of people say
Yeah.
Tupac because Tupac was the serious. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know Tupac was a Gemini. Gemini gang. June. Yes, I'm a Gemini too. But anyways. But yeah, other than that though, but Tupac is a very important figure. Of course we're gonna talk more about like hip hop legends all through the course of our podcast, but at the end of the day,
Yeah. Who y'all like?
that's
Who
up
did
to
y'all like
y'all.
growing
Who
up?
y'all got? Tupac and Biggie, comment down below. But I got Tupac. I already got Tupac, so I mean, hey, if you want to
Right.
battle
We'll
me,
be
if you want
taking
to
the
go through an
comments
argument with this,
apart
I
for
mean, we
sure.
can. I got all day. So, but at the end of the day, that's it's all about. Yeah. All right. Then last topic is gonna be we're just gonna encourage y'all to just encourage y'all about love. I know this generation is really hard to get love, but at the end of the day, don't be discouraged. Love could take time to get to you if you've been single, if you've never dated before, or even if you have been through multiple heartbreaks. Don't feel bad. Don't be sad. The right person will come to you. You just got to be patient and wait. It's not really too much to be said about it, and because I mean, it's just something that you should,
Yeah,
excuse me,
it's
something that
super
you should
duper
just be,
important that you
pushing and
uh
prepare for in the future.
you love yourself before you try to love someone else. Don't try to fill that void of you not loving yourself, trying to have somebody else love you. They can't love you if you don't love yourself. You gotta love yourself first, in order for them to appreciate you for
Hmm.
who you are because you love you for you.
Exactly.
And you will want just as equally and more for who you are. So
Hmm.
love yourself first before you're trying to get into a situation that
Yes.
that you think you're ready for and you're not. You gotta be super duper ready for it because love throws you a lot of
Yeah,
curveballs. It's
man.
a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of trials and tribulations. Not only together but
Hmm.
individually. Like you have you have you know two separate lives. Y'all go to, y'all two different things at work. Like, stuff happens. Y'all got two separate families. Like, but um, still, you gotta be ready to be in a relationship like that, and wanting people to actually uh, not only love you but love your family too. So just when that person come along,
Mm-hmm.
the only time they'll come along is if you are completely ready. That's the only time that person will come along. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got to be prepared for it because it can come at any time of the day, any time of the week. It's just something that you just got to be prepared for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Love
And for
is
sure, I
it's,
agree.
it's a hell of a
And it's
drug.
like
I tell you that. That's the best way I can explain it.
sometimes you're not in a relationship because it's not time for one. You're not in a relationship because you're not, you think you're ready for one and you're not. You
Yeah,
are not mature enough for a relationship. You don't love yourself. You don't know life. Like, you have to get yourself in order for you to have someone else be with you and have their stuff in order. You don't want to go into chaotic love because, I mean, it's spontaneous. If you want to go for it, do
yeah.
that. But uh you want it to be spontaneous but responsible if you want it to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be you in order, like I said, in order for somebody else to love you, you gotta love yourself first. And God
Yeah,
ain't gonna give you nobody you ain't ready for, because He don't want that person. He don't want you to do something stupid and you lose
yeah,
that person that's actually for you.
yeah. Exactly. And also, one last thing is to show your self respect. If you go on the first date, don't go back and fuck him. Like, please don't follow the trend of, city girls or, whom else just tells you to go for it all and he need to give you a bag and he all of this terminology, this new terminology for it. Trying to get a bag from a guy to do whatever you need to do to get money from him. Like, just don't follow the trend. Just be yourself. Everybody
Value
that
yourself.
that's a follower in this world, just y'all need to take some time out, sit down, and think about your life. Don't try to
Mm,
follow the crowd and follow the trend. Like, just be yourself.
right,
Stick out. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Talk about what you like to talk about. If you like
Yeah,
comic books, talk about comic books.
yeah,
Don't be
yeah.
afraid to talk about
And
it. Don't be afraid to be judged for
right,
who you really
and
are.
value
Just
yourself
be
and
yourself.
value
Like,
yourself, because
just be
I
yourself.
mean,
Like,
don't.
don't act hard. Don't just
Exactly,
Jesus.
exactly. I mean,
Just
if that's if
yeah.
if
You don't
if
need to
if
show
that's
your
I mean,
ass
if that's what
all
you want to
day.
do, I support body
I
confidence.
mean,
I
damn,
support
just
loving yourself
put your
and all
pants
that type of
on.
stuff. But I
Listen, no. How can you support? Okay, body confidence is cool.
that's
Cool. You can
fair.
show
That's
your
a fair
body off all
statement.
the time you want to. That's cool. But is it really necessary to show your body off every day? I mean, every day. From bikinis to tank tops to, to bras to just not wearing any clothes. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. That's fine. It's beautiful. All women have beautiful bodies. That's cool. But all I'm saying
They like
is,
being naked all the time.
why I gotta be naked all the time? Just, I mean, it's okay to be naked sometimes, but damn, like, that's not cool. Then all this twerking, that's cool. If that's what you want to do, that's cool. But do you have to do it
They
everywhere
trying
you
to look.
go?
They
I
trying to live
mean,
their life. Let them
Jesus,
live.
just Jesus Christ, like, just stop. Just, can you walk straight? It don't matter. It don't matter if you're trying to live your life. It's all about how you represent yourself. You think a Fortune 500 company is going to look at somebody that twerks and that they got their dress half up off their ass?
No, they're
You think they're
not,
going to hire them? You think they're going to hire them? Please
because of
inform me.
how they
Tell me. Are they going to
presenting
hire them?
themselves.
Why not? Why wouldn't they hire them? Right. So if you present yourself all on social media and you want a Fortune 500 company job, please inform me how you'll get that job. I know everybody doesn't want a Fortune 500 job, and that's fine. That I'm not saying that you can't get it even if you do dress like that. But
Yeah.
it's just the fact of just you don't need to show your body off all the time. Like that's not you don't because the attention that you want, y'all end up getting mad at the simple fact that dudes are responding the way they respond, like as if like this, like some dude like he'll
Right.
comment like, "Oh, you got some big boobs.
Right. Because you
Yeah, I
get,
like that style,
but
such."
okay,
And
you saying
then
that? All right,
the woman
cool.
be like,
This is my thing
"Why
when it
are you
comes to that.
being like that? Like, can you stop? Like that's
I feel
creepy."
like when it comes to women, because I'm one,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like women should not have to like hide them being happy about how they look. Um, I know you're not saying that. I know you're not saying that.
No,
Right.
I'm not saying that
Right.
at
You
all.
just
But I'm
saying
not
like
saying that at
overly
all. Though. I'm not
showing your
saying you
body
could be
unnecessarily. Like,
you could be happy like it's just like social media. Like, okay, I could go to my social media right now and a girl she'd be in like some booty shorts, and that's fine, that's cool. But as you continue to scroll, you see all these women just with off their shirt or with off their pants and the bikini. Like you see all of that, and it's just like that's cool. Okay, you wanted to dress like that. I mean, that's fine, but it just gets to a certain point where that's all you see in this society. It's not just on certain days you go to your Instagram or your Facebook or your Snapchat and you just be like, oh man, they ain't got no clothes on out there at the beach or something.
hmm
It's every day, all day, like all day long. It's just the same, all day. And it's starting to think like,
hmm
man, like, do y'all ever do anything else besides, just post your body all day? And it could be from the same person that posted what they posted yesterday. It's just the recurrence of like just the fact that women just are comfortable with their bodies, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that sometimes, like, if you
hmm
don't want the wrong attention, don't do it don't do it so occasionally.
Come on, every day.
Just you could do it just
I
to
mean,
do it, just but
yeah,
not
okay, I
every
can see.
day. I
Okay,
mean,
yeah,
dang,
I can see that
every
y'all just take it
day.
from people showing their
I
bodies
mean that
off every single
dang.
day,
I mean,
even though you
like,
just
dang.
posted the
What?
same thing yesterday, right? Uh, okay, I can see that, but I just, I just
Yeah.
support the fact that people, that women are becoming comfortable in doing that, right? Because at some point there was a point where women were getting body shamed. No matter how they looked, women were getting
Mhm.
body shamed. So even still, the women are getting body shamed. So it's like, all right, yeah, like you said, the point, you post something, then the dude
Yeah.
says something outlandish in the
Yeah.
comments, right? Like at that point, all right, yeah, you find her attractive. Keep that comment to yourself. Like you don't gotta like, dang, you look, you fine. I want to do all this and all that type of stuff. You at that point, you're not only being
Yeah.
disrespectful to yourself, you're disrespecting her. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you can,
Gotta do
okay, you could put a heart, some hard ass, cool. She not gonna admit to that. Like, but you saying crazy stuff like that can make her feel uncomfortable, and like have a like
it.
be super like make her feel like she gotta like keep an eye out for people like that and stuff like that, because she don't know who could be
Weirded out.
following her or doing any type of thing, like people that be
Yeah,
making like
like
parody accounts that be having fan pages and stuff like that. Like people could be
exactly.
having some crazy motives, but then at the same time, like you still gotta watch you still have to
Yeah,
watch what you posting. And I understand like you, I want people to still uphold their morals and values, and value their bodies, value
yeah,
their morals and all that type of stuff when it comes to doing that. But I support women who are happy, support women who are happy in their skin, because
yeah.
for a
I
certain amount of
support
time.
women.
And now, like I
Yeah,
said,
like
people
yeah,
weren't supporting us because of how we looked, or posting us because we're happy about how our body looks and stuff like that,
yeah,
or posting a transformation of us
yeah,
dropping 50 pounds and stuff like that, like or eat and all that type of stuff. But it's like I feel like it's just a double standard when it comes to coming to women,
Yeah,
when it comes to
no,
women showing their body, and when it comes to dudes
yeah.
being half naked, coming on Instagram with their drawers and with no shirt on, like it's
I mean, but it's but it's not really. It's okay. I'm not saying it's not a double standard. I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's not. It's like you when you scroll down your timeline, if you see like dudes with their shirt off
yeah,
and just in shorts where you can see they junk like all day long, I mean, at that point you'll get tired of it. I'm not saying that I'm tired of it, but I'm not saying that it's necessarily cool either. Like I don't really see a double standard. Like if even if it was the opposite way around, like if you was talking about like guys and you seen what they have like all day what they was wearing, like you would be like, yeah, okay, I'm tired of seeing the same thing, and that's cool. Like I support women 100%. I support women laws like all day long. Like I
excuse me.
support the just women in general. So it's like I get where y'all coming from on the standpoint of where it could be a double standard when it comes to guys. But at the end of the day, it's like
Right, because they push they
I'm not
pushing
on my
you women
on
to
my
be those
timeline. You're
niggas.
not gonna see dudes with their shirt off on my timeline. You're not gonna see that.
Yeah,
And right, you basically choose what you want to see on there. Now, I'm not saying that all my followers they always got they shirt off and they always showing their body. I'm not saying that at all because I don't always have that on my timeline. But it comes at certain times
right.
where I
And
do
then
see all that all
right,
the
and then
time. It's
like you
like it
expected in the
happens that
summertime.
everybody
In the
I'm
summertime,
following they
people gonna
may
be
have
showing
a
their
day
bodies
where
off. People,
everybody's posting
especially like
what they
especially
want
down
to
the
post, and that's
timeline now.
fine. But
Once
mm,
everything start lifting up even more, people are gonna be mad
yeah,
happy to post all that stuff because
yeah.
because period, sis, period,
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna be out there
period,
posting too. Yeah,
period.
yeah, man. His shorts
Not the
off, cool,
leg,
man. I'm down at
not
the
the
beach,
leg.
cool. Make Lake Michigan, you know. but
Yeah, so we going up. All right, so
look.
our next segment
Anyways, but
is
we'll
pump 'em
bring
up
you
segment.
more
So
back
basically, this
to
segment
as well. But
we
we
shout
gotta
out people in
finish
our
off the
community,
podcast though. All right,
shout people
so
out in the world, in the country that's doing amazing things. We support people that are doing things positive, man. This podcast is not gonna be a podcast of negativity unless something crazy is going on in the world and we can talk about
yes,
it. That's super duper important. That's the only time we're gonna talk about negative stuff. But either way, anything we're doing, we're shedding light to it. We're being
yes.
informative. We're learning ourselves, growing ourselves, communicating with
Hmm.
y'all. Even if we get something wrong, like y'all, like nah, this will happen. Like that's what happened. Like we're being
Hmm.
transparent with each other. We're being open. We're being honest with each other, and making sure that conversations that we are having on this podcast, you all are having with your
Yeah.
family and friends as well. We're open to having uncomfortable conversations, and we're trying to make them comfortable and
Yes.
regular
It's
for
lit.
the average
It's
family,
lit.
for the average friendships, for the average relationships. Yeah, and we're creating right, correct. We're creating a comfort zone. We want people to
Hmm.
be comfortable in conversations at all
Comfort
times.
zone.
So to the pump 'em up segment, we are giving recognition to Haley Nicole. She is an influencer, an entrepreneur. She has a clothing brand named a Faith Brand. That's her Instagram for the brand, a
Haley
Faith Brand. So y'all
Nicole.
go on there, go on Instagram, show
Yes.
some love. Tell her that Anchor practically sent you. And y'all, check out her stuff. If y'all support her, rock with her, go ahead and do that. We only supporting people that's doing positive stuff. And we only gonna send y'all good
Hmm.
people that we feel like that y'all will want to support. She promotes
Yes.
happiness and becoming. Oh, see, exactly. Here we go.
Yes. She is so fine. She's she is
Yep,
great. She is
he
so
this is
great. That
somebody
is
that he
my favorite.
chose.
That is
So
actually my
she promotes
favorite
happiness and
social
becoming your
media
true self, and
influencer
that's
right
something
now.
that I
But
personally support.
I'm
I support
yes.
you becoming
She
happy, you finding your happiness
oh.
within, and not allowing somebody to provide your happiness. You got to make yourself happy first. Don't be trying to allow somebody else to make you happy. That's not how.
Hmm.
That's not life. That's not how life works. That's not how love works. That's not how relationships work. That's not how relationship
Yeah.
works. period. That's not anything else
Yeah.
in life. You got to make yourself happy and become your true self. Create a purposeful life, okay? Making sure all things you do are filled with purpose. If there's no purpose behind it, then it's pointless. Her Instagram handle is Haley Nicole. With 2 underscores. The O is a 0. It is Haley Nicole. The O is a
Nicole,
0. It
2
is
underscores.
2 underscores. Y'all go show some love. Tell her Anchor practically sent y'all.
Yep.
And y'all go ahead and support us if y'all like her and all that type of stuff like that. And support the clothing
go
brand.
show some love.
Alright. He said she taking, so she taking.
Yeah.
She taking.
But she taking though. She taking. Don't even ask.
She taking.
She taking. That's why.
Destination game. Our destination
Anyways.
game. So
Anyways, last but not least,
we're
gonna bring you
and we
the
want to make sure that
the destination game.
Listening to what we saying. So if you made it to the end of this podcast, y'all leave a palm tree emoji in the comments, and that's gonna help y'all with this answer. Y'all leave a palm tree emoji in the No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I said a palm. It's bro. It's a lot of places with palm trees, dog.
Man, you just told him.
Exactly.
You can't say.
All right, let's go. I'll take it back. Don't do a palm tree. Take it back. Don't do a palm tree. Y'all.
Anyways, it consists.
Y'all do.
No. Listen, no, it's too late. Nah, listen.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm finna give y'all 4 hints, and then after this, y'all need to figure it out yourself. So good luck with this. All right. It consists of 300 islands. Its total landmass is slightly smaller than the state of New Jersey. It receives between 400 and 500,000 tourists. It was a British colony from 1874 to 1970. All right. Now we're not going.
Whoever get the answer first, we're gonna shout y'all.
No, I was gonna say. I said this is a competition, so therefore, hey, good luck.
Gonna get shout out, y'all. When you answer it, if you got the right answer, when you answer the question, matter of fact, when you're answering the question, you can either tag your Instagram, your Twitter, if you got a YouTube channel or something like that, tag that, and when we're saying that, we'll say your handle on YouTube or whatever, and then we'll shout you out at the end of the next podcast. See y'all next.
So
video.
Good luck, people, and we will see you.
Yep, and if y'all on any other streaming platforms like Apple Music,
like,
YouTube,
comment,
Apple Music,
and also turn the notification
Google
bell
Play,
on.
Spotify, and all that type of stuff. If you can rate us, man. Put out the good word for us, saying so we can get on other people's recommended page. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep, rate us. Yeah. Yes. Make sure you send us suggestions too, which topics you want us to talk about. And then also, if you also ever need us to just talk to us or to get receive advice, make sure you hit either one of our DMs, or you can hit the DM of the channel. It doesn't really matter. But just let us know that we are therapists too. And we also here for everybody.
I'm a therapist.
I'm a therapist. She ain't no therapist. I'm a therapist. I go to school. I'm going to school for criminal justice and psychology. So therefore, if you ever need some advice, I got you. I get the best advice ever. And make sure, like I said, yeah, she is my therapist. But at the end of the day, I'm still a therapist as well. Like I do all the helping, all of that. If you ever want to see my poetry, let me know too, because I am a poet. Your boy do this. But besides that,
in this cast, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna end this video. It's always amazing talking to you guys.
You can't even.
I'm about to go play basketball with Ariana. I'm about to go dunk on her real quick. So we're gonna end this video off with a prayer. Then after that,
we finna get on TV.
Bro, I can't dunk. Bow your head for prayer. Oh, see, now she's trying to kill me. See, at this point, anyway,
we gonna end it with a
All right, look, we gonna end it off with a real small prayer, and then after
I'm
that,
playing with y'all.
we gone.
All right,
All
all
right,
right,
so
all right.
all
My
right,
bad,
take
my
it off.
bad. I'm just calm. All right, y'all. Close your eyes
Come
and bow
on,
your heads. Even if you're
girl.
listening, close your
You
eyes,
gotta
bow
let
your
these
heads. If
people
you walking, close your eyes,
go.
bow your heads. God, I just want to thank you for bringing us all together. I want to thank you for our new listeners. Thank you for this podcast. Thank you for Chris and I having this idea to bring this podcast to people, making it informative, um, making it relatable to people, and having fun. Most importantly, making sure that everything that we do in this podcast is purposeful, and that you are guiding us in the way that you want us to be in. I pray that you cover and bless anyone that is watching, listening. Make sure they have a great week, great day, great night, and that everything they do, everything that comes to them is good. In your name I pray. Amen. Peace, y'all.
Amen.